Welcome in to Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones, your somewhat capable host here with you. And what we're going to do here on today's show is a little exercise. We're going to give you the updated depth chart for your Seattle Seahawks if the season began today. Now, obviously, this is going to look much different after the draft and UDFAs and potential more signings and trades that happen. But we just want to know, how does this team stack up if they had to take the football field tomorrow? We're going to go over every single position group, piece by piece. I'll give you my thoughts coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, it has been an awesome month here on the channel. Really a historic month here on Seahawks Today. And I want to go out with a bang, a big bang. Make Darwin proud, folks. Let's set the comments record for the month of March. Spam S in the comments section. The most comments we've had in a single video this month is 379. I want to get to 500 today. And if we reach 500 comments or more, I will shout out whoever spams S the most on a future edition of Seahawks Today. So that's all you got to do. Spam S, and we'll get started with today's show. So, folks, without further ado, we're going to go through the depth chart piece by piece and go over the starters as well as the players behind them. I'll share my thoughts. So let's begin with the new look quarterback position for your Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold is your QB1, and currently there are two Sams in the building. Sam I am making green eggs and ham in Seattle these days. So Darnold is your QB1. Howell is your QB2. And Jaren Hall, who just had a birthday this week, happy birthday, Jaren Hall, is your QB3, basically your practice squad quarterback. I think what's next for the quarterback position for the Hawks is Sam Howell, I expect to be gone. It's Jover, as the kids say, for Sam Howell. I think that Seattle is going to draft a quarterback day 2 or day 3 to replace Sam Howell, and then Sam Howell will go elsewhere, be released or traded, whatever it may be, and that will be what your quarterback room looks like. So more changes still coming there. The running back room for Seattle. Kenneth Walker III is your RB1. Zach Charbonnet, your RB2. I do think with the way Charbonnet performed last year that they are closer to a 1A, 1B situation, that both of them are valuable. Both of them can start and get the job done at any time. I think the strength you have there is in the numbers with those two. Kenny McIntosh, very capable as your RB3. I like George Holani too. I think you got some really good depth, and I would argue that this unit is the best unit on Seattle's roster right now. Now, if they could just get some offensive line to block for them, then they could be very useful and get the most out of those guys. And another thing, too, I would say, is the running back position for years, even before these guys. You go back to Penny and Carson and others, they've struggled to stay healthy at the running back position. So I'm glad they have depth here because in all likelihood, all four of those guys are probably going to see the field at some point in 2025. How would you grade the Seahawks depth chart? It's our pinned comment today. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think of this group? You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in. Let us know. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you think of the depth chart for Seattle in 2025? Let's go to the receiving room for Seattle. Cooper Kupp, your left wide receiver. MVS, your right wide receiver. JSN holding things down in the slot. That could change. We could see more of JSN on the outside this year. And then some new names in the mix. You got like River Cracraft is in there. Jake Bobo, Derek Young, among others there. I would say when it comes to this receiver group, it's not bad, but it's not great either. I expect one more receiver to get in the mix for these receivers, whether it's somebody in the draft or another signing, and then you could be feeling really good. But for now, still a work in progress. The tight end room for the Hawks, Noah Fant is still around. A lot of people thought that Noah Fant was going to get cut. He's still here. A.J. Barner, your tight end 2. Brady Russell, your tight end 3. And then your newest addition, Saubert, comes in from the San Francisco 49ers. I look at this tight end position, and I think it could be better here. Noah Fant is good, not great. Kind of overpaid. A.J. Barner, I know a lot of you have been saying, man, he could be our tight end 1. No. Definitely not. A.J. Barner is a solid number 2 tight end. He's nothing more. He's nothing less. And we've already heard that Clint Kubiak wants to use this tight end position more than we've ever seen in Seattle. That it is going to be vital for this position group to be used properly in this offense, whether it's in the draft like Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland, whether it's another trade or free agency. I would like to see some improvement with this tight end room. Now, should they keep Noah Fant or should they upgrade and go with somebody else? Let us know. Type Y for yes, in for no, if Seattle should keep Noah Fant or not. Cooper Kupp jerseys are on sale now. Chatsports.com/Kupp. Free shipping is available on these jerseys as well. We also have other Seahawks merchandise, including Sam Darnold jerseys on sale. Go to that same link, chatsports.com/Kupp, to get yours today. I can't think of a better way to be supporting the home state guy in Cooper Kupp than by getting his jersey. This summer, when you're at the cookout, when you're enjoying times on the lake, maybe on the Columbia River, whatever it may be, you need to be supporting a Cooper Kupp jersey. Get yours now, chatsports.com/Kupp. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Let's go to the offensive line now. And Charles Cross, your starting left tackle. Abraham Lucas, your starting right tackle. And then after that, woof. It's brutal, folks. It's not great. Olu, I can be optimistic about. Everything else has me nervous as hell. This, folks, as the great Simon Cowell once said, I'm not being rude, but this is the worst offensive line in football. This is a disgrace. This is disgusting. Oh, I'm at a loss for words. And not to mention, it didn't have to be this way. You missed out on a couple of the guards you were looking at in free agency. And here we are. And for as much improvements as we've seen on this team across the board, doesn't mean a damn thing if you can't get this offensive line right. If the offensive line could improve, Seattle gets in the playoffs next year. Doesn't look that way right now. This is bad. This is worrisome, my friends. Let's go to the defensive line now, where I got to tell you, I really like this group for Seattle. Leonard Williams at the defensive end spot, Byron Murphy II at the nose tackle position, Jaren Reed at the defensive tackle spot, and credit where credit's due to John and Mike for making the necessary improvements. Trading for Leonard Williams at the trade deadline a couple years ago was an awesome move by John Schneider and company and locking him up long term. Byron Murphy, I think, is going to turn into a star in this league. Jaren Reed getting him re-signed, that's great. But beyond that, you don't really have much depth. You can't really afford one injury at this position because you don't have a ton to back them up. And if one guy goes down, then it's full-on chaos at that point. It doesn't look great. I would like to see Seattle make some investments in some guys to hold things down. We saw what the Philadelphia Eagles did in the Super Bowl, winning at the line of scrimmage with their defensive line. But one of the things that made the Eagles great was it wasn't just their starters. It was their backups as well. Seattle doesn't have that at the moment. The linebacker room for Seattle. DeMarcus Lawrence, welcome aboard, my friend. One of the biggest signings for Seattle in free agency. Uchenna is back. Some people thought he was going to get released. He took a pay cut. He returns. Ernest Jones and Tyrese Knight holding things down inside as well. Excited to have Ernest Jones back in town. And there's some real depth here when you talk about Boye Mafe, Derek Hall. You can never have too many pass rushers. I would say, folks, that this group is what I call sneaky good. This is a sneaky good unit. I don't think a lot of people around the league are going to be talking about how good this linebacker unit is for Seattle. I think that it's not getting enough attention, and it's going to catch some teams off guard with what they can do, with how creative they can get with these linebackers. I'm very intrigued, very excited about this group. It's going to surprise some people and catch them on their toes a bit. Who's your favorite new Seahawks player? We've gone over several of them. We still got more to get to on today's show. But who is it? Who comes to mind? Wait in that comment section. Give me a name that is your favorite new Seahawks player here in 2025. The corner room for Seattle. Josh Jobe, Rick Woolen, Devin Witherspoon. They're all back. Then you have some new faces like Jean Charles joining the fold. Pritchett, Williams, Hall. The corner room, I think, is serviceable. But here's the truth of the matter. You cannot start Josh Jobe. I'm glad Josh Jobe is back. 1 year, $2 million. I'll gladly take him on my team. And he did a pretty decent job, all things considered, filling in for Trey Brown last year when Trey Brown got hurt. But he needs to be a backup. He cannot be my starting corner, whether it's somebody in the draft, a free agent signing, or a trade. They need to go get a real starting outside corner and can't be starting Josh Jobe next year. I'll gladly have Josh back, and he's more than capable of stepping up if I need him to fill in for an injury, but we can't be doing the Josh Jobe thing. We deserve better than that. The safety room for Seattle. I think people are excited about this group. I certainly am. Julian Love, he's a Pro Bowler. Kobe Bryant had a strong finish to the year last year. Then you got some other pieces like Bell, who you brought in, Finley, Reed comes back from injury, among others. I'm excited about this group. And I think Mike Macdonald is going to get the most out of them. And I think Kobe Bryant is the one that I think people are keeping their eyes on because he took a big step up. But will that continue? Can he build upon that? Remember, he was still learning the safety position. He had been a corner his whole life. Let's see what he can potentially do. The special teams unit, I like what's there with Myers, Dixon, Stoll, McIntosh, Cody White, among others. But let's be real for a moment. The special teams unit was a disaster for Seattle in 2024. And Jay Harbaugh is to blame. Jay Harbaugh almost got fired, folks. And I wouldn't say it was necessarily Myers and Dixon and those guys' fault. The blocking, which was an ongoing theme on offense, was a problem for the special teams unit and created a lot of chaos. Jay Harbaugh's got work to do. He's got to clean up a lot of things to get this special teams unit up to snuff. It cannot be a detriment. It cannot hold this team back. That's where we're at right now. How would you grade the depth chart? You've seen it all now. A, B, C, D, or F. Get your grades in the comments section. Let me know what your grade is. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time here on the channel.